Question 1A, define decision-making, and explain the six steps in the decision-making process. 20 marks, decision-making is a key concept in organizational behavior and refers to the process of choosing the best course of action from a set of alternatives to achieve a specific goal. It enables managers to solve problems, improve efficiency, and respond to opportunities effectively within an organization. 1. Identifying opportunities and diagnosing problems. This step involves recognizing that a problem exists or an opportunity is available. Managers must collect relevant information and identify the root cause of the issue rather than focusing only on symptoms. For example, a decline in employee productivity may be diagnosed as low motivation due to lack of rewards or recognition. 2. Generating alternatives. This step refers to developing a range of possible solutions to address the identified problem. Managers are encouraged to think creatively and generate multiple ideas without immediate judgment to ensure better options. For example, to improve motivation, alternatives such as bonuses, flexible working hours, or recognition programs may be suggested. 3. Evaluating alternatives. This step involves analyzing and comparing the advantages and disadvantages of each alternative. Managers assess options based on criteria such as cost, feasibility, risks, and expected outcomes to determine the most suitable choice. For example, bonuses may be effective but costly, while flexible working hours may be less expensive but harder to manage. 4. Making decisions. This step involves selecting the best alternative from the available options. The decision is made based on careful evaluation and alignment with organizational goals and resources. For example, a manager may choose an employee recognition program because it is cost-effective and improves morale. 5. Implementing the decisions. This step refers to putting the chosen solution into action. Managers must communicate the decision clearly, allocate resources, and ensure employees understand their roles in executing the plan. For example, the organization may launch a monthly Employee of the Month program and inform staff about how it works. 6. Evaluating and monitoring results. This step involves reviewing the outcomes of the decision to determine whether it has achieved the desired results. Managers continuously monitor performance, gather feedback, and make necessary adjustments to improve effectiveness. For example, after implementing the recognition program, the manager may observe higher productivity and improved employee satisfaction, indicating that the decision was successful. In conclusion, decision-making is a systematic process that enables managers to choose the most appropriate actions. By following these 6 steps, organizations can address problems effectively, improve performance, and achieve their objectives. B. Explain how organizations can improve decision-making effectiveness. In your answer, you must explain at least 3 group decision-making techniques. Explain how each technique improves decision quality. Explain 1 advantage and 1 disadvantage of group decision-making. Provide 1 workplace example. 20 marks total. 40 marks. Group decision-making refers to a situation where 2 or more people are involved in making decisions in organizations. It improves decision-making effectiveness by combining different knowledge, skills, and perspectives. 3 techniques of group decision-making are as follows. 1. Brainstorming. Brainstorming encourages members to generate as many ideas as possible without restrictions. It improves decision quality by increasing creativity and producing a wide range of possible solutions. For example, a marketing team suggests multiple promotion ideas such as social media campaigns, discounts, and influencer marketing. 2. Delphi technique. The Delphi technique gathers opinions from experts through questionnaires without face-to-face meetings. It improves decision quality by reducing bias and allowing independent, honest input from experts. For example, a company collects expert opinions to predict future market trends before making strategic decisions. 3. Nominal group technique. The nominal group technique involves individuals generating ideas independently, then sharing and ranking them as a group. It improves decision quality by ensuring equal participation and preventing dominance by a few members. For example, A team selects the best project idea by voting after discussing all suggestions. Advantage: diverse perspectives group decision-making brings together individuals with different backgrounds, knowledge, and skills, which leads to more creative and higher quality decisions. By considering multiple viewpoints, the group can explore more alternatives and reduce the risk of poor decisions. Example: in a company planning a new product launch, employees from marketing, finance, and operations collaborate. Each team contributes unique ideas and insights, resulting in a well-rounded strategy that considers promotion, cost, and production feasibility. Disadvantage: risk of dominance and conformity groups can be dominated by outspoken members, limiting input from others. Discussions may also take longer due to disagreements, and some members may conform to the majority opinion rather than sharing their true thoughts, reducing decision effectiveness. Example: during a project planning meeting, one senior employee insists on a particular approach. Other team members hesitate to disagree, and the group ends up following the dominant opinion, even though better alternatives were available. Workplace example: collaborative product launch group decision-making allows employees from different departments to combine their knowledge and skills, leading to more creative and effective solutions. Although it may take longer, the process improves the quality of decisions. Example: in a company planning to launch a new product, teams from marketing, finance, and operations collaborate. They generate ideas, assess risks and benefits, and choose the best strategy. This teamwork ensures the decision is well-rounded and more likely to succeed. Question 2A. Explain the concept of organizational conflict. In your answer, you must define organizational conflict, explain 3. Types of conflict, explain 2. Causes of conflict, explain how conflict affects employee performance or behavior. 15 marks. Organizational conflict is an important concept in organizational behavior and refers to disagreements between individuals or groups within an organization due to differences in ideas, values, goals, or interests. It arises when employees have incompatible views, needs, or expectations in the workplace. 3 types of conflict are as follows. 1. Task conflict. One type of conflict is task conflict, which occurs due to differences in opinions, ideas, or viewpoints related to work tasks or objectives. This type of conflict can be beneficial if managed properly, as it encourages critical thinking and leads to better decision-making. For example, team members may disagree on how to complete a project, but through discussion, they can find a more effective solution. 2. Relational conflict. Another type is relationship conflict, which involves personal issues between individuals, such as misunderstandings, emotions, or personality clashes. This type of conflict is usually negative because it creates tension and reduces cooperation. For example, 2 employees may dislike each other, leading to poor communication and teamwork. 3. Process conflict. The third type is process conflict, which arises from disagreements about how work should be done, including methods, procedures, or responsibilities. This can affect efficiency if not managed well. For example, employees may argue over who should handle certain tasks or what approach should be used to complete a job. 2 causes of conflict. 1. Communication breakdown conflict caused by unclear, incomplete, or misunderstood communication between employees. Example: if a manager gives vague instructions for a project, team members may interpret tasks differently, leading to confusion and disagreements. 2. Resource scarcity conflict arising when limited resources, such as time, budget, or materials, force employees or departments to compete. Example: 2 departments may compete for the same limited budget, resulting in disputes over allocation and priorities. Effects of conflict on employee conflict can affect employee performance and behavior in both positive and negative ways. On the positive side, conflict can stimulate new ideas, encourage problem-solving, increase creativity, and improve group performance when managed properly. It can also help identify weaknesses and improve decision-making. On the negative side, conflict can reduce productivity, weaken teamwork, increase stress, and affect employee health. It may also lead to poor communication, lower job satisfaction, and higher employee turnover if not handled effectively. Organizational conflict is a natural part of the workplace that can have both positive and negative effects. While it may cause stress, poor teamwork, or reduced productivity, it can also encourage creativity, problem-solving, and better decision-making when managed well. Understanding and addressing conflict effectively helps organizations turn disagreements into opportunities for growth and improved collaboration. B. Explain negotiation and its importance in organizations. In your answer, you must define negotiation, explain two negotiation strategies, explain at least three stages of the negotiation process, provide one workplace example, 15 marks total. 30 marks. Negotiation is an important process in organizations and refers to a situation where two or more parties with conflicting interests come together to make offers, counteroffers, and concessions in order to reach a mutually acceptable agreement. It plays a crucial role in resolving conflicts, improving communication, and maintaining strong working relationships. Effective negotiation helps organizations achieve better decisions, reduce misunderstandings, and ensure cooperation among employees and stakeholders. 2 types of negotiation strategy. 1. Distributive negotiation. One negotiation strategy is distributive negotiation, which focuses on maximizing one party's gain at the expense of the other. It is known as a win-lose approach and is commonly used when resources are limited. Each party tries to secure the best possible outcome for themselves. For example, in salary negotiations, an employee may aim for a higher salary while the employer can minimize costs. 2. Integrative negotiation. Another strategy is integrative negotiation, which focuses on achieving a win-win outcome where both parties benefit. This approach encourages cooperation, open communication, and problem-solving to create mutual value. It is more suitable for long-term relationships. For example, a company and supplier may negotiate a contract that ensures fair pricing while also maintaining a long-term partnership. 3 stages of negotiation. 1. Preparation and planning. Both parties gather relevant information, set goals, and decide on their negotiation strategy before discussions begin. Proper preparation increases confidence and improves the chances of a successful outcome. Example: before negotiating a supplier contract, a company researches market prices, identifies its budget limits, and plans key negotiation points to ensure a fair deal. 2. Discussion, clarification, and bargaining. Both parties explain their positions, provide reasons, and exchange offers and counteroffers. Effective communication and flexibility help both sides reach a compromise and find solutions that satisfy everyone. Example: during a salary negotiation, an employee presents their achievements and desired pay, while the employer explains budget constraints. They discuss and adjust offers until both agree on a suitable salary. 3. Closure and implementation. The agreement is finalized and put into action. Both parties ensure that the agreed terms are followed and outcomes meet the expectations set during the negotiation. Example: after agreeing on project deadlines and deliverables, both the client and contractor sign a contract and begin work according to the agreed schedule. Workplace example: flexible working hours negotiation in the workplace allows both the employee and the manager to discuss their needs and reach a mutually acceptable agreement. This helps balance individual preferences with organizational requirements. Example: a manager and an employee negotiate flexible working hours. The employee requests to start earlier and leave earlier, while the manager ensures team coverage is maintained. Through compromise, they agree on a schedule that satisfies both, improving job satisfaction and productivity. Chapter 2. Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. 1. Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs in Organizational Behavior OB. 317 words. Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs, proposed by Abraham Maslow, 1943, explains that human needs are arranged in 5 levels and individuals are motivated to satisfy lower-level needs before progressing to higher-level needs. In organizational behavior, OB, motivation refers to the internal forces that influence employees' effort, performance, and commitment at work. Understanding this theory helps organizations design strategies that enhance employee satisfaction, engagement, and productivity. 1. Physiological needs. These are basic survival needs such as food, water, and rest. Organizations must ensure employees receive adequate salaries and comfortable working conditions to support their physical well-being. For example, Google provides free meals and customized food options for employees with specific dietary needs, such as diabetes. 2. Safety needs. These include security, stability, and protection from harm. In the workplace, organizations provide job security, safe environments, and benefits to reduce uncertainty and risk. This helps employees feel protected and less anxious about their future. For example, companies offer medical insurance and maintain safe office environments to ensure employees feel secure. 3. Love and belonging needs. These needs involve social relationships and a sense of belonging. Organizations encourage teamwork, communication, and a supportive culture to strengthen relationships among employees. This improves collaboration and job satisfaction. For instance, team-building activities help employees feel included and valued within the organization. 4. Esteem needs. Esteem needs relate to recognition, respect, and achievement. Organizations meet these needs by rewarding performance and acknowledging contributions, which builds confidence and motivation. For example, employee recognition programs or promotions encourage employees to perform better. 5. Self-actualization needs. This level focuses on personal growth and achieving full potential. Organizations support this by providing training, career advancement, and opportunities for creativity and innovation. For example, employees may be given leadership roles or projects that allow them to develop new skills. In conclusion, Maslow's theory helps organizations improve motivation by fulfilling different employee needs, leading to higher performance and overall organizational success. Chapter 7. Leadership. 1. 2 types of behavioral theories in early theories of leadership. 2 points, 10 marks. 228 words. Behavioral theories of leadership focus on what leaders do rather than their traits. Early studies identified key leadership behaviors that influence employee performance and satisfaction. 1. Ohio State studies. The Ohio State studies identified 2 main leadership behaviors: initiating structure and consideration. Initiating structure refers to the extent to which a leader defines roles, sets clear goals, and organizes tasks. Leaders high in this behavior focus on planning and ensuring work is completed efficiently. For example, a supervisor assigning clear deadlines and job roles to employees demonstrates initiating structure. Consideration refers to the extent to which a leader shows concern for employees' well-being and feelings. Leaders high in consideration build trust and maintain good relationships. For example, a manager who listens to employee concerns and provides support during stressful periods shows consideration. 2. Michigan State studies. The Michigan State studies identified 2 leadership orientations: employee-oriented and production-oriented leadership. Employee-oriented leaders focus on employees' needs and job satisfaction, which improves morale and teamwork. For example, a manager who encourages teamwork and supports employee development demonstrates employee-oriented leadership. In contrast, production-oriented leaders emphasize task completion and efficiency. While this approach increases productivity, it may reduce employee satisfaction if overemphasized. For example, a manager who focuses strictly on meeting targets and deadlines shows production-oriented leadership. In conclusion, both theories highlight the importance of balancing task-focused and people-focused behaviors for effective leadership. 2. 2 key factors of contingency theories. Fielder's theory. 2 points, 10 marks. 255 words. Contingency theories suggest that effective leadership depends on matching a leader's style with the situation. Fiedler's contingency theory identifies 2 key factors that influence leadership effectiveness: leadership style and situational favorability. 1. Leadership style. Leadership style is assessed using the least preferred coworker (LPC) scale, which determines whether a leader is task-oriented or relationship-oriented. Task-oriented leaders focus on completing tasks, setting goals, and ensuring efficiency. For example, in an organization, a production manager who prioritizes meeting deadlines and output targets demonstrates a task-oriented style. In contrast, relationship-oriented leaders focus on building trust, communication, and positive relationships with employees. For example, a team leader who supports employees, listens to their concerns, and encourages teamwork shows a relationship-oriented style. 2. Situational favorability. Situational favorability refers to the degree to which a situation enables a leader to influence and control group performance. It is determined by 3 key factors: leader-member relations, task structure, and position power. Leader-member relations describe the level of trust, respect, and confidence employees have in the leader, which affects cooperation and communication. Task structure refers to how clearly tasks are defined and whether procedures are standardized, making it easier for leaders to guide performance. Position power refers to the formal authority a leader holds, such as the ability to reward or punish employees. For example, a manager with strong authority, clear job roles, and good relationships with employees will have high situational favorability, leading to more effective leadership. In conclusion, leadership effectiveness depends on aligning leadership style with the situation to achieve better performance. 3. 3 theories of contemporary approach: leader-member exchange theory, Theory Z, charismatic leadership. 3 theories, 15 marks. 333 words. Contemporary leadership theories focus on modern approaches that emphasize relationships, motivation, and influence in organizations. 3 important theories are leader-member exchange, LMX theory, Theory Z, and charismatic leadership. 1. Leader-member exchange. LMX theory. Leader-member exchange theory, developed in the 1970s, focuses on the relationship between leaders and subordinates. It explains that leaders develop different quality relationships through 3 stages: role-taking, role-making, and routinization. In the role-taking stage, managers assess employees' skills and capabilities. During role-making, employees demonstrate their performance, loyalty, and trustworthiness. In the routinization stage, stable relationships are formed, and some employees become part of the in-group, receiving more support and opportunities. In OB, this can be seen when a manager assigns important tasks or promotions to trusted employees who consistently perform well and maintain positive relationships. 2. Theory Z. Theory Z emphasizes long-term employment, employee well-being, and strong organizational culture. It promotes trust, teamwork, and employee involvement in decision-making, which leads to higher motivation and productivity. Organizations adopting Theory Z focus on job security, continuous training, and collective responsibility. This approach builds strong relationships between employees and management, improving loyalty and morale. In OB, companies that provide stable careers, encourage teamwork, and involve employees in decisions create a supportive environment. For example, organizations that offer long-term career development programs and emphasize teamwork tend to achieve higher employee satisfaction and performance. 3. Charismatic leadership theory. Charismatic leadership theory focuses on leaders who inspire and influence employees through vision, confidence, and strong communication skills. These leaders clearly express goals and motivate followers to achieve them. They are sensitive to employee needs and build emotional connections that increase commitment. In OB, charismatic leaders often play a key role during change or crisis by motivating employees to remain focused and positive. For example, a leader who communicates a clear vision for organizational growth and encourages employees during challenging situations can improve morale, engagement, and overall performance. In conclusion, these contemporary theories highlight the importance of relationships, employee involvement, and inspirational leadership in improving organizational effectiveness. 4. Difference between transformation and transactional leadership. 10 marks. 194 words. Transformational leadership focuses on inspiring and motivating employees to achieve beyond their self-interest for the success of the organization. These leaders can be found at all levels, including teams, departments, and the entire organization. They are visionary, innovative, and encourage employees to think creatively and develop new ideas. Transformational leaders build strong relationships, trust, and commitment by aligning employee goals with organizational goals. For example, a leader who motivates employees to contribute ideas for business growth demonstrates transformational leadership. In contrast, transactional leadership focuses on motivating employees through rewards and punishments based on performance. These leaders rely on formal authority and clearly define roles, tasks, and expectations. Employees are rewarded for meeting targets and may face consequences if they fail to perform. This approach ensures efficiency and task completion, but may limit creativity. For example, a manager who gives bonuses for achieving sales, targets, and penalizes poor performance demonstrates transactional leadership. Trust and ethics also differentiate these styles. Transformational leaders build trust and act ethically by inspiring and supporting employees, while transactional leaders focus more on compliance with rules and performance outcomes. Overall, transformational leadership promotes long-term growth, while transactional leadership ensures short-term efficiency. 5. How to become an effective leadership. 10 marks. Leadership plays a crucial role in shaping an organization's culture, motivating employees, and driving performance. Effective leaders not only guide their teams, but also inspire them to reach their highest potential. To become an effective leader, certain qualities and practices are essential. 1. Earn respect by giving respect. Respect is the foundation of any strong leader-follower relationship. When leaders treat their employees with fairness, listen actively, and acknowledge their contributions, they build trust and loyalty. For example, in a marketing firm, a team leader who appreciates each member's ideas during brainstorming sessions motivates employees to contribute more creatively. This two-way respect fosters a positive workplace environment and encourages higher productivity. 2. Lead followers by example. Actions speak louder than words. Leaders who model the behavior they expect from their team set a standard that employees are more likely to follow. In a manufacturing company, a supervisor who consistently follows safety protocols and meets deadlines demonstrates commitment and accountability. This behavior encourages workers to adopt similar discipline and work ethics, improving overall operational efficiency. 3. Great leaders are masters of communication. Effective communication ensures clarity in goals, expectations, and feedback. Leaders who articulate visions clearly, provide constructive feedback, and actively listen can prevent misunderstandings and boost morale. For instance, a project manager in an IT company who holds regular team briefings and updates helps the team stay aligned, reducing errors and increasing project success rates. In conclusion, earning respect, leading by example, and mastering communication are key traits of effective leadership. By practicing these consistently, leaders can inspire, motivate, and guide their teams toward organizational success. 6. Viewpoints of the capacity of the supervisor. 5 points, 10 marks. 310 words. Supervision is the process through which supervisors oversee the work, progress, and productivity of employees reporting directly to them. The capacity of a supervisor can be viewed in several ways, depending on their role and influence within the organization. 1. The key person. A supervisor acts as a vital link between top management and employees, ensuring smooth communication. For example, in a retail store, the supervisor relays new sales strategies from management to staff while providing feedback from employees to management, ensuring both sides are aligned. 2. The man in the middle. Supervisors often face pressure from both management and employees, balancing demands and expectations. In a factory, a supervisor might be required to meet production targets set by management while addressing workers' concerns about safety and workload, demonstrating the delicate balancing act they perform. 3. The marginal man. Some supervisors may feel excluded from major decisions and not fully accepted by either management or staff. For instance, in a corporate office, a supervisor who is not consulted on project plans may struggle to gain respect from employees and feel disconnected from management. 4. The behavioral specialist. Effective supervisors understand employee behavior, motivations, and concerns. For example, in a call center, a supervisor who notices an employee's declining performance and identifies stress as the cause can provide guidance or support, improving overall productivity. 5. Another worker. In some cases, Supervisors may hold only a title with no real authority or privileges, functioning like regular employees. This limits their capacity to influence decisions or lead effectively. For example, in a small cafe, a supervisor may be called shift supervisor, but cannot approve schedule changes, handle customer complaints independently, or assign tasks. In conclusion, the capacity of a supervisor depends on their position, authority, and ability to manage both people and tasks effectively. Understanding these viewpoints helps organizations leverage supervisors' roles for better employee performance and communication. 7. Define supervisors and functions of mentoring. 10 marks. 240 words. A supervisor is an individual responsible for overseeing the work, progress, and performance of employees who report directly to them. Supervisors ensure that tasks are completed efficiently, provide guidance, and act as a bridge between top management and the workforce. They monitor productivity, maintain discipline, and support employee development to achieve organizational goals. Mentoring is a process that focuses on providing guidance, direction, and career advice. It is an effective way to help individuals progress in their careers while developing their skills and confidence. Mentoring involves a more experienced person, the mentor, supporting the professional growth of a less experienced person, the mentee. Functions of mentoring. 1. Career functions. Mentors provide guidance, advice, feedback, and support to help mentees grow professionally. They act as role models, teachers, counselors, advisors, sponsors, advocates, and allies. For example, in a software company, a senior developer mentoring a junior programmer can provide coding tips, career guidance, and opportunities to lead small projects, enabling the mentee to become a stronger professional. 2. Psychosocial functions. Once a strong interpersonal bond is established, mentors offer emotional and social support, acknowledging and confirming the mentee's professional identity. This builds confidence, motivation, and a lasting friendship. For instance, a mentor in a marketing firm who encourages a mentee during challenging projects helps them feel valued and supported, enhancing their commitment and performance. In conclusion, supervisors and mentors play crucial roles in guiding, supporting, and developing employees, contributing to individual and organizational success. 8. Benefits and disadvantages of mentoring. 10 marks. 312 words. Mentoring is a valuable developmental process for both employees and organizations, but it comes with advantages and challenges. Benefits of mentoring. 1. For mentee. Mentoring helps mentees achieve career advancement, gain personal support, enhance learning and development, build confidence, and receive guidance through assistance and feedback. For example, a junior employee in a finance firm may develop new analytical skills and gain confidence in handling reports through mentor guidance. 2. For mentor. Mentors experience personal fulfillment, can assist mentees on projects, gain financial or career rewards, increase their own confidence, and revitalize interest in their work. A senior manager mentoring a team member may discover innovative solutions to problems while strengthening leadership skills. 3. For organization. Mentoring benefits the organization by developing future managers, increasing commitment, being cost-effective, improving communication, and reducing employee turnover. For instance, a company with a structured mentoring program can retain talent and maintain a motivated workforce. Disadvantages of mentoring. 1. For mentee. Mentees may face neglect of core job responsibilities if too much time is spent in mentoring activities. They might experience negative mentoring relationships, unrealistic expectations, or conflicts if the mentor is also their boss. For example, a junior employee may feel stressed if advice conflicts with direct managerial instructions. 2. For mentor. Mentors may struggle with lack of time, pressure to take on and succeed at mentoring, limited skills to provide proper guidance, or lack of perceived benefits. A mentor overloaded with mentoring duties may feel their own work performance suffers. 3. For organization. Organizations may face confidentiality and trust issues, a climate of dependency among employees, limited resources to manage mentoring programs, and additional costs. For example, Small companies may struggle to dedicate staff and time for structured mentoring programs without affecting productivity. In conclusion, mentoring provides significant benefits to employees and organizations, but careful planning and support are needed to minimize potential disadvantages and ensure a successful mentoring relationship. Chapter 5. Communication 1. Functions of communication in organization. 4 points, 10 marks. Communication in an organization refers to the exchange of information, ideas, and messages among individuals or groups within the organizational structure. It is essential for coordination, collaboration, and achieving organizational goals. Effective communication ensures smooth operations, builds shared understanding, and fosters a positive work environment. 1. Motivation. Communication motivates employees by providing clear instructions, setting goals, and offering feedback. When employees understand expectations and receive recognition for their efforts, they feel valued and inspired to perform better. For example, regular team meetings that acknowledge achievements can boost morale and encourage productivity. 2. Information. Communication serves as a channel for transmitting information necessary for decision-making and task completion. It ensures employees have access to relevant updates, policies, and organizational changes. For instance, a manager sharing project deadlines and resources helps the team stay informed and work efficiently. 3. Control. Communication helps managers monitor and guide employees' performance. Clear instructions, policies, and feedback allow supervisors to maintain standards and ensure tasks are performed correctly. For example, regular performance reviews enable managers to correct deviations and reinforce expectations. 4. Interaction. Communication facilitates interaction among employees, promoting teamwork and collaboration. Open communication channels encourage the sharing of ideas and problem-solving, which strengthens relationships and enhances organizational cohesion. In conclusion, communication performs multiple functions that are vital for motivation, information sharing, control, and interaction, ultimately supporting the success and effectiveness of the organization. 2. Process of communication. 8 points, 15 marks. The process of communication is a systematic way in which information, ideas, or messages are exchanged between individuals or groups. It involves several key elements that ensure the message is effectively conveyed and understood. 1. Sender. The sender is the individual who initiates the communication by conveying thoughts, ideas, or information. The sender is the starting point of the communication system. For example, in a classroom, the teacher acts as the sender when delivering a lesson. 2. Message. The message is the content of communication, which can include ideas, suggestions, instructions, or feelings. It is what the sender wants to communicate to the receiver. 3. Encoding. Encoding is the process of converting the message into symbols or language that the receiver can understand. This may include words, gestures, pictures, or written symbols. Encoding translates the sender's thoughts into a form suitable for communication. 4. Media. Media refers to the channel through which the encoded message is transmitted to the receiver. This can be verbal, written, face-to-face, over the telephone, via letters, or through digital platforms like email or messaging apps. 5. Decoding. Decoding is the process by which the receiver interprets and understands the encoded message. It involves translating the sender's symbols into meaningful thoughts. 6. Receiver. The receiver is the person or group who receives the message and interprets its meaning. For instance, students in a classroom are receivers of the teacher's lesson. 7. Feedback. Feedback is the response of the receiver to the sender. It ensures that the message has been received and understood as intended. Feedback may be verbal, nonverbal, or written. 8. Noise. Noise refers to any interference that disrupts the communication process. This can include physical noise, language barriers, or misunderstandings that prevent accurate interpretation of the message. Understanding the communication process helps organizations improve clarity, reduce misunderstandings, and promote effective information flow, which is essential for coordination, decision-making, and overall efficiency. 3. Direction of communication. 3 points, 15 marks. Communication in an organization flows in different directions, each serving distinct purposes. The three main types are downward, upward, and lateral, horizontal communication. 1. Downward communication. This involves the flow of information from higher levels of the organization to lower levels. Managers, supervisors, or executives use downward communication to convey instructions, provide feedback, delegate tasks, share goals, and communicate organizational policies or procedures. It ensures that employees understand their roles and responsibilities. Examples include memos, emails, staff meetings, performance evaluations, and formal announcements. 2. Upward communication. Upward communication is the flow of information from employees or lower levels to higher management. It allows employees to express ideas, concerns, suggestions, and progress reports. This type of communication helps management understand employees' needs, challenges, and perspectives, enabling better decision-making and problem-solving. Examples include employee surveys, suggestion boxes, one-on-one discussions, team meetings, performance reviews, and formal reports. 3. Lateral, horizontal communication. Lateral communication occurs between colleagues or departments at the same hierarchical level. It is essential for coordination, collaboration, and problem-solving across teams or functional areas. Effective lateral communication ensures smooth workflow, enhances teamwork, and prevents misunderstandings between departments. Examples include interdepartmental meetings, project teams, cross-functional committees, shared online platforms, and informal discussions among peers. Each type of communication plays a critical role in the organization. Downward communication provides guidance and instructions. Upward communication ensures feedback and insights reach management. And lateral communication fosters collaboration and coordination across teams. By using all three effectively, organizations can improve decision-making, efficiency, and employee engagement, contributing to overall success. 4. Oral, written, and nonverbal communication. 3 points, 10 points. Communication in an organization can take different forms, each serving specific purposes. The three main types are oral, nonverbal, and written communication. 1. Oral communication. This involves the use of spoken words to convey messages. It includes speeches, formal one-to-one discussions, group discussions, rumors, and the grapevine. Oral communication is advantageous because it saves time, encourages teamwork, fosters group synergy, and allows immediate feedback and clarification. For example, a manager giving instructions in a team meeting can answer questions on the spot. 2. Nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication conveys messages without words. It includes body gestures, facial expressions, posture, eye contact, handshakes, and even dress style. Nonverbal cues often reinforce or contradict verbal messages, helping convey emotions and attitudes. For instance, a nod during a conversation can signal agreement or understanding. 3. Written communication. Written communication uses the written word to transmit information. It includes memos, reports, bulletins, job descriptions, employee manuals, and emails. Written communication is useful for maintaining records, providing detailed instructions, and ensuring clarity in official communications. For example, an email outlining project deadlines ensures everyone has a documented reference. Understanding these communication types helps managers choose the appropriate method for delivering messages effectively, improving clarity, collaboration, and overall organizational efficiency. 5. Grapevine channel, 5 marks. Grapevine communication refers to an informal communication network within an organization or social group, where information spreads quickly through word of mouth. Unlike formal communication channels, the grapevine has no official structure, and messages flow spontaneously from person to person. This form of communication allows news, gossip, rumors, and personal opinions to travel rapidly among employees, often faster than official channels such as memos, meetings, or announcements. Grapevine communication can serve as a source of information, helping employees stay socially connected and informed about events within the organization. However, information transmitted through the grapevine may be inaccurate, biased, or exaggerated as it passes through multiple individuals. This can lead to misunderstandings, misinformation, or unnecessary anxiety among employees. Therefore, it is essential for both managers and employees to critically evaluate the information received through the grapevine and verify it against official sources whenever possible. When managed carefully, the grapevine can complement formal communication by fostering social interaction and providing quick updates, while minimizing the risks of spreading false information. 6. Richness of communication channel, 5 points, 15 marks. Communication channel richness refers to the capacity of a channel to effectively convey information, including verbal and nonverbal cues, emotions, and immediate feedback. Richer channels allow for clearer understanding, better engagement, and more comprehensive exchange of ideas. Different communication channels vary in their richness depending on their ability to transmit multiple forms of information. 1. Face-to-face conversation. Considered the richest form of communication, face-to-face interactions allow both verbal and nonverbal cues such as tone of voice, facial expressions, gestures, and body language. Immediate feedback ensures mutual understanding, making it ideal for complex or sensitive messages. For example, a manager discussing performance feedback in person can clarify doubts instantly. 2. Video conferencing. Video calls through platforms like Zoom or Skype provide visual and auditory cues, enabling participants to observe expressions and gestures. While not as rich as face-to-face meetings, it allows real-time interaction and some nonverbal communication. For instance, a project meeting with remote teams benefits from video cues to interpret reactions and engagement. 3. Telephone conversation. Telephone communication lacks visual cues but still conveys tone, intonation, and emphasis, allowing a moderate level of richness. However, it limits the transmission of nonverbal cues and immediate visual feedback. For example, a quick phone call to resolve a client issue provides clarity but lacks visual confirmation of understanding. 4. Email or text messaging. Written channels like emails or text messages rely primarily on words, often lacking tone, context, and nonverbal signals. Feedback is slower, and messages are prone to misinterpretation. For instance, an email outlining tasks may be misunderstood without clarifying questions. 5. Social media or online forums. These channels have low richness, relying mainly on text and missing most nonverbal cues. They are suitable for sharing general information, but not for detailed or sensitive communication. For example, company updates posted on a forum inform employees but offer limited clarity. In conclusion, choosing the appropriate communication channel depends on the complexity of the message, need for feedback, and richness required to ensure accurate understanding. 7. Persuasive communication. 2 points, 10 marks. Persuasive communication aims to influence attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors through targeted messages. People process such messages in 2 ways: automatic processing and controlled processing. 1. Automatic processing. Automatic processing occurs effortlessly and without conscious thought. Individuals rely on mental shortcuts or heuristics to quickly judge a message. Factors such as familiarity, attractiveness, credibility, and emotional appeal often guide responses. For example, a person may favor a product simply because a well-known celebrity endorses it, without evaluating its features or evidence. Automatic processing is fast, but may lead to superficial or biased decisions. 2. Controlled processing. Controlled processing requires deliberate, conscious effort to evaluate a persuasive message. Individuals analyze content, assess arguments, weigh evidence, and critically evaluate appeals. For instance, when purchasing a costly gadget, a consumer may compare features, read reviews, and consult expert opinions before deciding. This processing is slower but results in more informed and lasting attitudes. In conclusion, persuasive messages are interpreted differently depending on attention, motivation, and cognitive effort. Effective communicators consider these 2 processing routes to design messages that are either quickly persuasive or enduringly convincing. 8. Barriers of effective communication. 5 points, 15 marks. Effective communication in an organization can be hindered by several barriers that reduce clarity, understanding, and message effectiveness. 5 major barriers are discussed below. 1. Selective perception. Selective perception occurs when individuals interpret messages based on their own experiences, beliefs, or interests. They may focus only on parts of the message that align with their expectations, ignoring other important information. For example, an employee may only hear feedback that confirms their belief about their performance, overlooking critical suggestions for improvement. 2. Filtering of information. Filtering happens when information is deliberately altered, withheld, or presented in a biased manner to influence how it is received. Managers or employees may filter messages to avoid conflict or protect their interests. For instance, a manager may downplay a project risk when reporting to senior executives. 3. Language differences. Differences in language, terminology, or jargon can lead to misunderstandings. Employees from diverse backgrounds may interpret words or phrases differently. For example, technical terms may confuse non-technical staff, resulting in miscommunication. 4. Information overload. When employees receive too much information at once, it can overwhelm their capacity to process messages, causing important details to be missed or ignored. For instance, multiple emails, notifications, and reports in a single day can prevent staff from prioritizing essential information. 5. Emotions. Strong emotions such as anger, stress, or excitement can distort the way messages are sent or received. Emotional reactions can lead to misinterpretation or defensive responses. For example, a frustrated employee may misread a neutral instruction as criticism. In conclusion, recognizing and addressing these barriers is essential for effective communication. Clear language, active listening, emotional awareness, and proper information management help reduce misunderstandings and improve workplace efficiency. 9. Improving communication skills, 3 points, 10 marks. Effective communication is essential for smooth interactions and productivity in the workplace. Improving communication skills helps convey messages clearly, build relationships, and reduce misunderstandings. 1. Be a good listener. Active listening involves fully focusing on the speaker, understanding their message, and responding appropriately. It helps in capturing details, showing respect, and building trust. For example, during team meetings, listening carefully to colleagues' ideas encourages better collaboration and problem-solving. 2. Understand and master nonverbal communication. Nonverbal cues such as gestures, facial expressions, posture, and tone of voice significantly impact how messages are perceived. Being aware of these signals ensures that verbal messages align with body language. For instance, maintaining eye contact while giving instructions conveys confidence and clarity. 3. Be mindful of individual differences. People have diverse communication styles, cultural backgrounds, and preferences. Adapting your approach to suit others' needs improves understanding and cooperation. For example, some employees may prefer detailed written instructions, while others respond better to verbal explanations. In conclusion, combining active listening, effective nonverbal communication, and awareness of individual differences enhances communication skills, promotes workplace harmony, and ensures messages are clearly understood. 10. Issues in communication. 3 points, 10 marks. Effective communication is essential for organizational success, but several issues can hinder it. Understanding these issues helps in addressing communication gaps and improving workplace interactions. 1. Personal issues. Personal factors such as stress, attitudes, emotions, or lack of confidence can affect how individuals send or receive messages. Misinterpretations often occur when personal biases interfere with understanding. For example, an employee under stress may misread a manager's constructive feedback as criticism, leading to misunderstandings. 2. Lack of feedback. Feedback is crucial for confirming that messages are correctly understood. When feedback is missing, employees may continue to act on incorrect information, reducing efficiency and increasing errors. For instance, if a supervisor gives instructions but does not ask for confirmation, a team member may complete a task incorrectly. 3. Unfamiliar workplace communication culture. Employees from different backgrounds may struggle to adapt to the organization's communication norms, such as formal or informal styles, hierarchies, or preferred channels. For example, a a new employee may hesitate to ask questions in a highly formal workplace, leading to confusion and errors. In conclusion, personal issues, lack of feedback, and unfamiliar communication cultures can create barriers in workplace communication. Recognizing and addressing these challenges improves clarity, understanding, and organizational efficiency. Chapter 12. Stress. 1. Nature of stress and emotion in workplace. Causes and sources of stress can be categorized into 4 main areas. Understanding stress in organizational behavior. Stress is a common phenomenon in organizational behavior, defined as the pressures employees feel when confronted with demands or opportunities where the outcomes are uncertain, but important. Stress affects not only employees' emotions and behaviors, but also organizational performance. In OB, understanding the sources and effects of stress helps managers create healthier work environments. 1. Organizational factors. Work-related demands significantly contribute to stress. These include task complexity, role ambiguity, interpersonal conflicts, organizational structure, leadership style, and the company's life stage. For instance, a team member given unclear instructions or conflicting deadlines may feel stressed, while poor communication from management can amplify the tension. 2. Individual factors. Personal life issues and personality traits also influence stress. Family problems, financial difficulties, or type of personality traits can increase stress levels. For example, an employee caring for a sick family member while meeting work targets may experience high stress, impacting focus and productivity. 3. Individual differences. Employees experience stress differently based on perception, experience, social support, belief in locus of control, and self-efficacy. For example, a new employee may feel anxious performing complex tasks, whereas a confident, experienced employee with strong social support may cope effectively. 4. Environmental factors. Stress can arise from external conditions beyond the organization, such as economic uncertainty, political instability, and technological changes. For example, during an economic downturn, employees may fear layoffs, while rapid adoption of new software systems may force staff to quickly adapt, creating pressure and anxiety. 5. Nature and impact of stress. Stress manifests in physiological, psychological, and behavioral forms. Physiological symptoms include headaches, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Psychological effects involve anxiety, depression, and reduced job satisfaction. And behavioral consequences include decreased productivity, absenteeism, and turnover. For example, a stressed call center agent may make more errors and take more sick leave, affecting team performance. In conclusion, stress in organizational behavior is influenced by environmental, organizational, individual, and personal factors. Recognizing these causes and their effects enables managers to implement strategies such as workload management, supportive leadership, and employee development programs, improving both well-being and organizational effectiveness. 2. Relationship between stress levels and job performance. The relationship between stress levels and job performance is often described by the Yerkes-Dodson law, which suggests that stress affects performance differently depending on its intensity. 1. Low levels of stress. Right arrow low performance. When stress is minimal, employees may feel bored or unchallenged. Tasks that are too easy or repetitive fail to stimulate engagement, resulting in low motivation and poor performance. For example, a data entry clerk performing the same simple task all day may become disengaged, leading to mistakes and slower output. 2. High levels of stress. Right arrow low performance. Excessive stress overwhelms employees, placing unattainable demands on their time and abilities. This can result in anxiety, burnout, and decreased efficiency. For instance, a project manager assigned multiple urgent projects with tight deadlines may experience high stress, leading to errors, missed deadlines, and reduced overall performance. 3. Moderate levels of stress. Right arrow high performance. Moderate stress can enhance performance by providing sufficient challenge to engage an employee's skills and energy without causing overload. Employees feel motivated to focus and use their resources effectively. For example, a software developer working on a moderately complex project may experience a healthy level of pressure, improving concentration, creativity, and productivity. In conclusion, stress has a curvilinear relationship with job performance. Low or excessive stress reduces effectiveness, while a moderate amount can motivate employees, enhance focus, and improve overall performance. Organizations should aim to maintain optimal stress levels to maximize productivity and employee well-being. 3. Managing stress impact of employee performance due to workplace stress. Workplace stress can significantly affect employee performance, reducing productivity, increasing absenteeism, and lowering job satisfaction. Both employees and organizations play a key role in managing stress effectively. Individual approaches. 1. Time management. Proper planning and prioritization help employees reduce pressure and meet deadlines efficiently. For example, a marketing executive who schedules tasks and allocates time for urgent projects avoids last-minute stress. 2. Physical exercise. Regular exercise reduces tension and improves mental health. For instance, an office worker who goes for a 30-minute walk during lunch breaks may feel more energized and focused. 3. Relaxation techniques. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, or yoga help employees manage anxiety and maintain calm. For example, a call center agent using breathing exercises during breaks can handle customer complaints more effectively. Organizational approaches. 1. Training. Skills development and stress management workshops equip employees to face workplace challenges. For example, a software company providing training on time management and teamwork enables employees to cope better with workload pressure. 2. Realistic goal setting. Achievable targets prevent excessive pressure and increase motivation. A sales team given reasonable monthly quotas performs more consistently than one facing unrealistic expectations. 3. Improving communication. Open and clear communication reduces uncertainty and misunderstandings. For instance, a manager who regularly updates the team on project progress and expectations helps employees feel supported and less stressed. In conclusion, managing stress requires combined efforts from employees and organizations. Individual strategies like time management, exercise, and relaxation, together with organizational practices such as training, realistic goal setting, and clear communication, help maintain high performance, job satisfaction, and overall workplace well-being. 4. Emotions and moods in organizational behavior. Emotions and moods in organizational behavior. Emotions and moods play a significant role in influencing employee attitudes, behavior, and performance. Understanding how they arise and affect individuals helps organizations create a more productive and positive work environment. 1. Emotions are intense feelings directed at someone or something, and are usually triggered by a specific event. For example, an employee may feel anger when a colleague unfairly criticizes their work, which may influence their response in team discussions. Emotions can strongly affect decision-making, motivation, and workplace relationships. Sources of emotions. 1. Personality. Personality traits influence emotional reactions. For example, optimistic employees tend to experience positive emotions, while aggressive individuals may react with anger more easily. 2. Stress. Stressful situations, such as tight deadlines or heavy workloads, often provoke frustration or anxiety. An employee dealing with repeated last-minute tasks may feel tense or irritated. 3. Social activities. Interactions with colleagues or clients can trigger emotions. For instance, receiving praise from a manager may create happiness, while conflicts may lead to anger or disappointment. 4. Exercise and sleep. Poor sleep or lack of exercise can affect emotional stability, causing irritability and low energy. 2. Moods are less intense than emotions and often do not have a clear cause, but they last longer and influence overall behavior. For example, an employee may feel generally irritable or fatigued throughout the day without a specific reason, affecting performance and interactions. Sources of moods. 1. Weather. Weather conditions can influence mood. For example, gloomy days may reduce motivation, while sunny weather can improve positivity. 2. Personality. Personality affects mood over time. Optimistic individuals tend to maintain positive moods, while pessimistic individuals may experience negative moods. 3. Age and gender. Biological and life stage factors influence mood patterns. For example, younger employees may experience more mood changes. 4. Sleep and exercise. Adequate rest and physical activity help maintain positive moods, while lack of them leads to fatigue and irritability. In conclusion, emotions and moods are important aspects of organizational behavior that influence employee performance, communication, and relationships. By understanding their sources and effects, organizations can create supportive environments that enhance employee well-being and productivity. 5. Emotional labor in organizational behavior. Emotional labor refers to the effort and energy individuals put into managing their emotions to meet the emotional requirements of a job or role. Employees are often expected to display certain emotions, regardless of how they truly feel. This may involve suppressing negative emotions or amplifying positive ones to satisfy organizational expectations and maintain professionalism. In many service-oriented roles, emotional labor is especially important as employees interact directly with customers. For example, a customer service representative in a tech company must assist customers with technical issues over the phone. When a frustrated or angry customer calls, the representative is required to remain calm, patient, and empathetic. Even if they feel stressed or irritated, they must control their emotions and respond in a positive and helpful manner. Emotional labor helps improve customer satisfaction and organizational image, but if not managed properly, it can lead to stress, emotional exhaustion, and reduced job satisfaction among employees. 6. Emotional intelligence in organizational behavior. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and effectively use emotions in oneself and others. It involves a set of skills that help individuals handle social interactions, build strong relationships, and make better decisions based on emotional awareness. Employees with high emotional intelligence are more capable of managing their own feelings while also responding appropriately to the emotions of others in the workplace. In organizational settings, emotional intelligence plays an important role in teamwork, leadership, and conflict management. For example, a manager who provides constructive feedback instead of personal criticism demonstrates emotional intelligence by focusing on behavior rather than attacking the individual. Similarly, employees who recognize when their colleagues are stressed and offer support help create a positive and cooperative work environment. In addition, individuals with high emotional intelligence are able to remain calm and productive under pressure, even in challenging situations. Overall, emotional intelligence contributes to better communication, stronger relationships, and improved performance, making it a valuable skill in any organization.